Shalom. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, where I learned this truth from. Much respect to the brothers out there preaching and teaching the truth worldwide across the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and freedom for this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim and Akwaf that might be viewing this lesson. I'm going to do a lesson on today entitled, Where is Your Focus? Now, when we think about focus, we think about, concentrating, or where is our attention or energy, put into. And each and every day, our focus should be on the work of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. But a lot of times as men, we focus on the things that we need to provide, our protection, being a protector of our family, or, just other things, that take our mind or our attention away from the work of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. But we have to be focused. We have to be focused on this work in order for this work to be done, and be done in truth and sincerity, and in spirit and in truth. We can't be, concerned about, our needs, because, Philippians 4:19 says, but my power shall supply all your needs according to his riches and glory by Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. So our needs are going to be met. He's going to take care of our needs. And we don't have to worry about our protection. Why? Because Isaiah 54:17 reads, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage. The heritage for who? For us, the Israelites, the chosen, of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. So we don't have to be concerned about our protection or our needs. Those are going to be taken care of. So what we need to do, and what we're commanded to do, is the work. So our focus should be on that. In Matthew 6:33, it reads, but seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. So once again, if we're seeking Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai above everything, and we're living, righteously, he's going to give us everything that we need. Our needs are going to be met. So we don't need to worry about how the rent is going to be paid, how the food is going to be, provided, how we're going to be able to do the things that we need to do for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because he's going to supply them. But we have to do the work. We have to live righteously. We have to take care of our business, and he'll take care of the rest. Our focus should be on this work. Once again, like Colossians 3:2 reads, it says, set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth. So if we constantly focus, on our connection, on our relationship with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and doing what he commanded us to do, which is feed the flock, feed the sheep. If we're focused on that, then we don't have to worry about the things of this world. He's going to take care of us. We should have our mind thinking on the things of heaven, and not the things of this earth. Not worried about material things, not worried about how this is going to be done and how this is going to be done. Now, true, we have to be realistic. Yeah, we got to pay the bills on time. We got to make sure, that we buy the things that need to be bought. But he's going to supply those things. He's going to give us the right job. He's going to make sure that we stay healthy. He's going to make sure that everything that's needed is going to be supplied by him, as long as we're living righteously. Now, if we're out there just doing our own thing and living our best life and expect for Yahweh Shem Yahushua to just, take care of us, and we outside of the covering, then we are living like a 2/3 lives. You know what I'm saying? We living, unrealistically, So knowing that we have to focus on, the works, knowing that if we focus on him, then everything else will be taken care of. We will be able to do the work without any hesitation or reservation. A lot of times our flesh, causes us to wander off. Our flesh causes us to think, well, I don't have enough money, so I got to do this and I got to do that. And it takes away from our studying. It takes away from even us praying, because we thinking that we have to put our hands into it and not necessarily depend, have the faith and the trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And that's when we mess up. That's when we start going off, because we taking time away from our relationship with Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because we thinking that we doing something. He's doing everything that we need. He's taking care of it, and if we are spiritually balanced, then we'll know that no matter what's going on, no matter what the situation is, he got us. You know what I'm saying? That's why our foundation should be strong. We should be standing on a firm foundation. And what is that foundation? That's the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And how do we do that? You know what I'm saying? How do we make our foundation strong? Well, 2 Timothy 2:15 reads, it says, study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightfully dividing the word of truth. So if we studying to show ourselves approved, if we doing the work like we should, we don't need to be ashamed from that. And he's going to allow us to be able to, break this truth down and make it to where we understand it and be able to use it effectively in our lives. And that's what we want. You know what I'm saying? Because what we should be desiring is not of this earth. What we should be desiring is the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? We should be kingdom minded. We shouldn't be earthbound. We shouldn't be locked into thinking about what we can have and being an entrepreneur and being rich on this earth. And then our riches are not being produced in the kingdom. We have to make sure that our mind is set upon the right things, that we're being righteous each and every day, that we're examining ourselves and making sure that we're not out here being a 2/3, that we're not out here doing, things that are contrary to what we know to do as men of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because Matthew 6:24, it reads, it says, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he would hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve Yahweh Shem Yahushua and Mammon. So if we out here just worried about, how we can collect, the bag, or how we can be, in a better status on this side, then we're going to miss the mark. We're going to take our time doing those things and not doing the righteous acts and feeding the flock, praying, fasting, putting forth lessons and videos, having Bible studies with your brothers, you know what I'm saying? Spending time doing the things that we know to do because we're too busy trying to chase after things that are temporal. We want something that's everlasting. So that's what we need to be focused on. Those things that are everlasting. And knowing, you know, that we're in this flesh, we're going to be tempted. You know, I mean, I would be lying to say that I don't want to do better as a provider for my family. But most of all, being in this truth, having this wisdom and knowledge, and having, you know, the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua on me to do the work, I know that I can't be tempted by this world. Even though I will be, I'm going to be tempted by some things. But the thing about it is that he's going to continue to be with me in order to get me out of it or he's not going to allow me to be tempted beyond what I'm able to endure. You know what I'm saying? What I'm able to stand. You know, I kind of got tongue-tied there for a second, and Salakia for that. But he's going to allow, you know, whatever is going to tempt me and try to stop, block, and hinder me from doing this work, he's not going to put more on me than what I can bear. That's a better, you know, way to explain it. He's not going to put more on me to what I can bear. And if it is more than I can bear, he's going to make a way of escape. 1 Corinthians 10 and 13 says that. Because we know we're going to be tempted in this flesh. We know that the devil's going to try to make ways for us to go off and make ways for us to try to do things contrary to the word. He's going to make things look sweet, you know, as far as to do. You know, there's going to be things that, you know, that you did prior to coming to this truth, which you're going to, you know what I'm saying, have sometimes a lapse of judgment and want to fall back into those things. But that's where the scriptures come into play. That's where your relationship with Yahweh Shem Yahushua comes into play. That's when you following the law, statutes, and commandments come into play. That's when you fasting and praying comes into play. And then you realize, hey, those things are not right for me to do. And I need not to do that. I need to focus back on the work and make sure I stay focused. Because, once again, in Proverbs 16 and 3, it reads, it says, commit thy works unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and thy thoughts shall be established. You know, so if we're committing our actions unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua, then what we're trying to do is going to succeed. So what we put our hands to work to do, it should be Salakia, what we're putting our hands to work to do, it should be for the glory of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It shouldn't be for us to get, you know, any type of recognition for, or to be worried about being popular, or to worry about, you know what I'm saying, our name being out there. It should be that Yahweh Shem Yahushua gets the glory in it. And if we're doing that, if our actions are for that, then what we're doing is going to succeed. because he's going to make a way for it to be done. And like I said, you know, what we doing for him, we should make sure it's our best. If we focusing, if we making sure that we, like I said, we have a strong foundation and we're studying, you know, to do that, and we're actually getting that word in us, and we're doing the things that we know to do for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you know, we want to make sure that what we produce is going to be the best. We try our best to be perfect, but we know that we're in these, you know, fleshly bodies, and we know that the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, you know, so we have to constantly, you know what I'm saying, keep our focus up. But once again, what we do for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we have to make sure that it's our best. It's our best work. We don't want to put out anything that's less than what we would desire if we was in that position. You know, we work for Esau each and every day, whether it be your supervisor or the one over your supervisor. And each and everything that we work for and we do, we make sure it's our best, because we don't want to be looked at as being lazy, slowful, or we'll get more so than that, we'll get fired for it if we're not doing our best work. So we don't want to be fired as men, you know, of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. We want to make sure that what we're doing for him is our best, not just because we don't want to get fired, but we want to make sure that we're offering up our best, because we've seen what happens if we don't. You know, he's not even going to acknowledge it. You know, we can look at Cain. You know, Cain just gave an offering. He didn't give his best, but Abel gave his. He gave his best. And Yahweh Shem Yahushai recognized Abel. And because Cain didn't, he just gave something, and Yahweh Shem Yahushai didn't recognize it, he got jealous, and he basically killed his brother because he was jealous. We don't want to be in a predicament to where we're not acknowledged for the work that we do. When we do our best, he's going to reward us. So we don't have to worry about being acknowledged. But if we just fill in a square, if we're just checking a box, then we're doing it for naught. So we need to make sure that we're focused on it. We need to make sure that we're doing the best. Because if we do that, then it's going to be recognized. Because when we're away from here, when it's time for us to be transitioning into the kingdom, it's not going to be even concerned about. So while we're here, we need to make sure that we're doing what we do to the best of our ability. Ecclesiastes 9 and 10 says, "Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with all thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave, whitherest thou goest." So basically saying, you know, whatever we do, do it well. Because when you leave this side, there will be no work. There will be no planning, no knowledge or wisdom to be had. It'll be all over. So let's do what we can while we can, and do it to the best of our ability, and keep our focus while we do it. Continue to focus on Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and that way we know that we'll be acknowledged for doing so. We'll get our reward. We'll get those crowns in the kingdom if we do so. And lastly, I'm just going to make sure I put, you know, the closing scripture on this. Philippians 4 and 8 reads, it says, "Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on those things. So that's what we should be focused on. That's what we should be doing. And that's how we can make sure that we're taking care of business while we on this side. Our focus should be on the work. Our focus should be on the righteous things that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has for us to do. Our focus should be on feeding the flock. Our focus should be on being the best we can be on this side so he can use us. So we'll be useful for him. That we're living sacrifices, that we're living servants for him to be used to do this work. And while we do this work, we need to stay focused. So that was my lesson on today on where is your focus. And it was given to me by the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And I pray all that were listening and that will listen were edified. And once again, it's all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, Shalom.